Hey, John from Snap-on John 100 here, out again. This time I'm foraging for wild edibles. I'm still at my favorite, just about favorite park, and so I'm going to, this one's going to be short because you've already seen enough of me walking around, so I'm just going to show you some of the wild edibles I'm gathering, and then I'm going to make some soup with them. Over here is what I'm looking for. And I'm not sure yet whether these are wild onions or wild garlic. I looked it up in my Peterson's book, and it looked like you kind of had to look to see what kind of flowers they had. But if you look, it's all this stuff right here. So I'm going to harvest a little bit of it. I only need 2 little clumps because whether it's garlic or onions, it's way stronger than anything I'm used to, just about. So there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig up 2 of these clumps. So I'm going to use my walking staff to, that's a digging stick here. Alright, now let's see if I can just pull them out. Okay, there they are. Now I'm going to get 2 clumps of them, because that'll be plenty. Actually, that's plenty. So this is wild onions or wild garlic, I'm not positive. If anybody's good enough that they can tell without looking at a flower, let me know. The stems are hollow, I think. They feel hollow. And so that's one of the things we're talking about. Flat stems that were not hollow, and some that were hollow. But anyway, this is what I'm going to bring with me, and I'll get back to you. Well, I came down to the creek so I could rinse off my garlic slash wild garlic or wild onions, whichever it is. And it's almost like I got 2 different things, because some of them have real thin red stems and the other ones have big thick green stems. So I think that's a clue. So I will get back to you when I find my next delectable delight. I just happen, I don't see it now. I just saw a huge winged ant. So that means that they are leaving the nest and recolonizing other places. When you see the winged ants, oh, here it is right here. Here's one anyway. It's right on this tree. There it is. That's a winged ant. Oh, and there's another one there. Right there. So I'll get back to you when I find my next little delectable tidbit. Here is the other one. And you'll see each one of those leaves just goes into the ground. They're not part of some other stem. They just go into the ground, and there's a bulb at the end. These, and I know for sure what these are leeks. I thought that they were wild onions, and that the other things were wild garlic, because that's what I was taught, that the other things are wild garlic. And so I looked it up in the Peterson's guide, because when I went on the net, wild onions and wild garlic, look, they were being interchanged by everybody. So I thought, well, I'm not sure. So once I found my book, I was able to find out that wild onions and wild garlic look almost exactly the same, but then leeks don't. So These are leeks. They taste just like an onion, except for they're much milder. They're a lot better. That's why I thought that they were the wild onions, and the other ones were garlic because they're real strong. I also just found a cute little snake. That's a little baby garter snake, and I'll try to zoom in on him right here. He's going to be right in the middle of the picture. There's his head and body. He's wiggling his head. He's about 12 inches long. It's the first snake I've seen walking around out here, and I've been looking. In fact, I'm real shocked that as warm as it's been. Today is supposed to be 82 right now. It's about 5 o'clock. There's the rest of him. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see better. Oop, wrong way. There he is. Okay. I'm just going to leave him alone. I love handling snakes and stuff, but I'm going to be cooking, and they have a bad habit of giving off this putrid, I think it's from, they actually pee on you or something, but it's this putrid, horrible smell that is part of their defense mechanism. See, now he's coming back on himself. Anyway, what I'm going to do, and sorry, I said anyway again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use I fashioned a digging stick, because these are a little harder to dig up, and I will get down here closer to the ground so you can see what they're about. This is kind of hard with only one arm. I will try to film this while I clear this debris out of the way, and hopefully I can have my hand in the shot. Okay, there. So what we're doing is I'm just clearing this out, leaf litter, and as you can see, here's the leaf. Oh, I guess there's two here on this one, but they just go right into the ground. And with my digging stick, I will see if I can get those out of the ground. Okay, there's one. I kind of mushed it, but that's what we're looking for. So I gotta put the camera down so I can get these without wrecking them, but I'll show you when I get done. And by the way, Mr. Little Baby Snake is looking right at me right now, wondering what I'm doing. I'm not hurting you, that's for sure, but I am. There he is. See him? He's looking right at me. He can taste me. Okay, here's what leeks look like. There's the ends. And then they have a broad green leaf. Okay, over here, these are wild garlic or wild onion, and they look more like scallions. So, now that I got those dug up, now here's the patch, so you can kind of see what they look like. Oops, sorry. They always grow in a patch. I'm in my secret camping spot, and I'm getting ready to cook some soup. It's going to be a little more boring. I wanted to find some nettles, but I don't really know what they look like when they're really young. I only recognize them once they've got the little fringy looking stuff, coming out from where the leaves come out. That's real easy to tell, and I'm not seeing anything like that. So I don't know if when they first come up, they don't have anything at all or what, but I don't want to put something in my soup that isn't any good. So I will get a fire going and get back to you. Here's how well traveled this is with deer. There's my little secret spot right there. There's my fanny pack and stuff. But if you look, there's deer paths everywhere. Through there, up through there, up through there, goes off there, and then you just go a few feet and then it branches off a bunch of times again. This place is unbelievable with deer. Don't see that many in here because they have so many places to hide from you, but they're definitely here. I got my cutting board here. I made out of a Tupperware placemat, and I've got my wild garlic and my leeks, and I'm just going to clean them off. Here are the leeks. I guess what I should do is get my water going first, and while that's boiling I'll do that. That way I can utilize my time better. So I'll get my fire kit out and get out one of my gel waxed cotton balls that I dearly love. Trick with these is to open them up like this and expose the raw cotton. This is all just raw cotton. That is the gel coating on the outside. I'll have to turn this camera around so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use my favorite one-handed method, the Sparklite. You can see I use garbage bags for everything, or plastic bags for everything, freezer bags, because you can use them for other stuff. I'm going to put the leftover leeks and stuff in one of them, and it keeps things dry. See what I want to see? Okay. So I'm just gonna sneak up here. A close-up of what this looks like. It's basically just a flint wheel, like out of a Zippo, and then this one is a metal one. I like the metal ones because you can replace the flints, and they're a little sturdier. So I'm just going to come up here and give it a strike. Saw how easy that was. Okay, put in there. Sorry about that. You got like a little towering inferno here. Let that kind of burn down, and I also noticed that I'm not alone here. There's some coyote scat right if I can zoom in on it. Yeah, right there's some pieces of it, and right there is another piece. And you can tell it's got it's pointed on both ends. And what I think happened is he was attracted to my, I cleaned everything up, but there was still some residual soup stuff here. And so I will fill my cup up. I've got to get my I've got my cup right here ready to go, and I will be putting some water in it and getting it ready to boil. I just want this fire to burn down a little bit, and then I will also in the meantime start processing the leeks and wild garlic. Gets enough onions. There we go. So now I got the onions and leeks in there ready to go. And I'm going to wait for that to boil, and then I'll add the noodles. Yeah, it's boiling now. I'm going to let that boil just for a second to kind of cook down the onions and the garlic a little bit. I just threw that in. I didn't really saute it any. I'm going to take it off now and try to... Hopefully this will be... take it off. And I'm going to add the noodles. First, I'm going to put the seasoning packet in there. It's important that you carry this stuff out. This seasoning packet, you'd think you could burn it, but it's in like a little foil container that doesn't really burn up. Back on. Shouldn't take long to boil. And once again, I want to take time to thank everybody that has given me well wishes for my shoulder. It's let's see, I've got my next doctor appointment's in 2 weeks, and that will be 7 weeks, I think, or more since I had my operation. And I don't know when my therapy will start, but I haven't started therapy yet. It's still super painful if I move my upper arm. As long as my arm's dangling straight down, I can bend at the elbow. That doesn't hurt. That's boiling. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. It's hot. Oh, that got hot. One thing I need to have in my pack is a pair of leather gloves, but no space hardly. It's a little fanny pack. It's actually pretty large, but I had a first aid kit and other stuff in there that I think I'm going to pare that down. First aid kit was one I had. It's too big. I think it's for like 4 people. All right, I just I'm going to close out. Thanks for coming along with me to find some wild edibles. I'm learning. I don't really know that many wild edibles at all, hardly, but I've got a few. I couldn't find my nettles. I was really looking forward to putting them in there, but I got garlic and what I've got in there right now, I've got garlic and leeks, and leek is like a very mild onion. Thank you so much. God bless. Soup is delicious. I'm waiting for it to cool off. It's really hot, but it's very good. I am shaking like a leaf. Remember earlier I said that I never hardly ever see deer in here. I was sitting here eating, and I heard these clomping of feet. I look up, and there's 3 deer running right straight at me, and right at the last minute they turned and made a right 90-degree turn and jumped and snorted and ran off the other way. And then a couple ran behind me, and then I'm like, oh wow, I wished I would have had my camera out. And then 4 more deer came streaking through, and out of the corner of my eye I saw the largest dark coyote I've ever seen in my entire life. So now, because I've been watching Dennis's videos, I freak out and just about twist my shoulder out of the socket trying to stand up. And I whirl around, I see it again, and it's a German Shepherd. A large German Shepherd with a collar on, and it's just running through here chasing deer. So I don't know. I'm gonna leave the camera on for a little while because I saw more deer running through. I'll show you where. Over in there, they were kind of like doubling back on the dog because the dog came running back through here. But that scared the bejesus out of me because coyotes don't bother me, but I never had that large one like that close. And I was sitting on the ground basically helpless because of my stupid shoulder. And I had a bunch of food here, so I thought, well, I'm not going to tempt fate. So I tried to get up as fast as I could, and I almost fell over. But anyway, I think that now things are stirred up enough that nothing will run back through here again. But there's a million deer in here. You can tell from like all the sign. And I had just seen the coyote poop over there. Definitely was not a dog's. It was full of hair and stuff. And it was a lot bigger than a fox. It was like medium size. I'm hearing sticks breaking way over there, so deer are still running all around here. I was hearing somebody's voice. I think it was somebody's dog, and they were like walking around with it, but they're just letting it run loose. Man, I wished I would have had the camera on. You guys could have been with me when I saw it. I can hear a squirrel cutting. Well, I've got to get going. It's getting late. And I like to get home at or about the same time Kath does, so that I get to see her as soon as I can. Well, guys, God bless you all, and thanks for coming with me for my meager. Kath also told me I got to stop eating the same thing every time. It's getting too boring, which I love ramen noodles, so I'll have to try other stuff. But it's so easy, and I love it. You guys have a wonderful evening.